Welcome to Learning with Ms. H. Today we're going to do a map of our tectonic plates. So the first thing you're going to do is pause me if you don't have your notebooks and something to write with. You're going to go grab that. In your notebooks, you're going to explain Earth's core interactions, what they are, and why are they important. So take a minute, do that, and then you're going to gather some supplies. You're going to need a ruler, a pencil, either a pen or a marker, and some colored pencils or crowns. You're also going to need either one large piece of paper, we use 11 by 17 in class, or you're going to need 4 smaller pieces of paper that you're going to tape together into a square. So grab some tape too if you need to use the 4 smaller pieces. Once you've done that, come back. We'll go through what the lesson is going to look like, and then I'll go through an example of the map. All right, welcome back. Gather up all of your supplies that you need, and we're going to go through the lesson, and then we'll take a look at the map specifically. So we're going to create a map of the tectonic plates in class today. You're going to need to keep this because we're going to use it in several future lessons. So you will need to have access to this in order to do some future tweaks and add-ons to it. We're going to add some volcanoes, and we're going to add earthquake fault lines to this in the future. So you can see how all of those processes relate to the tectonic plates and how tectonic plates influence those processes. So it's going to put it all together for you in one place. So do this, hold on to it, okay? You do need to make sure you do this because you will turn this in for a grade. So let's take a look at what we're going to do. You've got a link here to a full page document of instructions, but you also have them embedded right here so you don't have to leave the site. So here's your supply list you're going to need, which you've hopefully already gotten. If not, pause me, go grab them. And then you're going to use information from your notes to draw your own map of the tectonic plates. I also have a map included below. So if you don't want to switch off this to the notes we took in the last class period, it's okay. The notes we took in the last class period opened up with a slide that showed all of the tectonic plates. They're not any different than the ones on this document, so you don't actually have to go to your notes. So you are going to draw all of the plates and label them, and then you're going to draw all the continents on top of those plates and label those. You're going to lightly color the plates. You're going to color a little bit darker for the continents, and then you're going to keep hold of this, and that's it. That's what you have to do today. So here's what it's going to look like. Each one of these different colors is a different tectonic plate. So you're going to draw all of these on your paper, and then the light blue outlines here are the current continents. So those current continents you're going to draw in and then color a little bit darker. So this will be a light yellow, this would be a darker yellow. This would be like a light burnt orange sienna, and then the Australia would be a little bit darker. So same thing all the way around. You can do them whatever color you want. You don't have to do the same colors that they have here. Whatever color you want is fine, but the continent on top of it goes a little bit darker shade of that same color. And then you're going to actually label the continents as well. If you scroll down a little bit further, you have the Plate Tectonics Map assignment, and then you have my example map that I did, where you can see this is Siberia and the North Pole, this is the Eurasian Plate, this is Asia, Europe. I've got this red line here to divide them apart, even though they are on the same tectonic plate there. You've got the North American plate is this light yellow. North America is a dark yellow. Pacific plate blue. So each one of these, this is the South American plate is light green, South America is dark green. So they're all on here. You've got a darker shade for the continent, a lighter shade for the tectonic plate. You're going to want to draw in these latitude and longitude lines. I only did the 90, 180, and then I did a light 30, 60 going north and south. You can go ahead and draw in the ones in between here if you'd like, if that helps you with figuring out where things go. And I actually do recommend doing that. So you would have a 30 and a 60 in between here, and you would have a 120, 150 in between here. And remember that these are curved because of the curvature of the Earth. So if we were to take this picture and fold it up so that this left-hand line met up with this right-hand line, the top of it would actually close up. All right, so we're gonna jump into a video of me showing you how to do this. And this is what yours should look like. So my video, I'm doing it very quickly. This is the one that I did that is actually neat enough to be acceptable to turn in. Again, I am not an artist. These are not exact continental shapes, but they get the idea. So you do not have to be an artist to do this. Just make sure that you have everything on here that you need. And then I have a little key down here, which you won't worry about for right now because this is going to be fault lines and volcanoes that we're going to add later. Hello, today we're going to be doing our plate tectonics map. So we're going to be drawing the tectonic plates on these pieces of paper. So you're going to need, right off the bat, some tape and 4 pieces of regular size paper, or else you're going to need a large 11 by 17 size piece of paper, or maybe a poster. If you don't have anything large, you can use printer paper, you can use notebook paper, whatever you've got. Grab some tape, and we're going to put these together and tape them into a square shape. So all you're going to do is line these up, and then right along the seam where the 2 pieces of paper meet, you're going to put a piece of tape. And you're going to do this to all 4 edges so that you have a giant square. This is going to be the back side of our drawing. So right now I'm just taping all 4 pieces together. I'm doing short side to short side, long side to long side. It's actually going to kind of make a rectangle instead of a square. And my document camera doesn't want to fit this entire thing in because it's so large. But you'll get the idea. So I've got this opening in the middle. You can also put a piece of tape across the 4 corners area where they meet. If you want to hold it together better, however, that's going to make it so you can't fold it up and store it easily. So I don't recommend it unless you're just going to hang it on the wall or something. Other supplies you're going to need today: a ruler. You're going to need some colored pencils. You're going to need a regular pencil. And you are going to need either a marker or some type of dark colored pen. What you're going to do here is, once you have your paper put together, you're going to use the map from the notes to draw your own map of Earth's tectonic plates. There's also an example below. So you're going to use this map here, and you're going to draw this onto your paper. So you're going to label each tectonic plate, then you're going to draw and label the continents where they fit. So each one of these is a tectonic plate. There's a couple small ones, don't forget these. Draw and label each one of these tectonic plates. Okay, these shaded areas. Don't forget these light blue ones here, the Pacific plate. Then you're going to draw the continents onto them. So these light blue outlines here, these light blue outlines are the continents as we know them, that are sitting on top of the plates. So draw these as best you can on your paper. And then you're going to lightly color each tectonic plate a different color. You need to make sure that you're able to write over the top of this. That's why I'm using colored pencil instead of crayons, because sometimes it's hard to write over the top of a crayon. So if you do have crayon, you might need to leave yourself some blank spaces so you can write on top of them. Leave some blank spaces around the edges of the tectonic plates so you can draw around there. If you've got colored pencils, you won't have any issue. And if you have crayon and you have like a dark pen or a marker, then you should be fine as well. So lightly color the tectonic plates different colors, and then lightly color the continents a little bit darker shade that's the same color of the plate they're sitting on. You still need to be able to write over the top of them or see anything that's written on the continents as well, but they need to be a little bit darker. You are going to keep this in your notebook so you don't lose it. And then the assignment for today, you're going to actually take a picture of your finished product and submit the picture. We are going to use this later on in future lessons. So what is this going to look like? Let's get into it. You're going to take your tectonic plate map and you are going to draw this on your own paper. So I am going to move my paper so it's in the view of the screen here. And along the top of the paper here, this is going to be hard to see, I think, with the paper being so big, but you'll get the idea. We're going to draw a straight line. Move these out of the way. We're going to take our paper and we are going to draw a straight line along the top of the page here. So I'm going to come in and we're going to take up most of the page here. I'm going to make sure that I am straight with the top. This is the top of my world. And then we have the bottom of the world. And then down the middle, you're going to draw a straight line down the middle of your world. And you can actually, if you've taped them together, you can actually use this fold line here as your middle. Okay, so we've got a top, a midline going all the way down the page, and a bottom. And then you're just going to draw some curved lines. So you're going to split this top line. You're going from 0 to 180 degrees each direction. So from the middle here, you need to go 180 degrees out here. So if we do, we've got about 11 inches here. So let's go into the 10. So we've got 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, so not quite. So we're going to go about every 3/4 here. And we're just going to divide this out evenly. So we're at the 10. Let's go to the 5. And this is going to be our 90. And then this is our 180. And then we have to split that. So we have a 30 and a 60. So 1 to 5, we're going to go 1 3/4, 1 3/4. So now we have right here, right here, right here, and right here. So those are our top lines, and we're going to do the same over here on this half of it. Okay, and these are all going to be curved lines going out. So they're going to start our curved latitude and longitude lines. So these are longitudes. And we're going to take these all the way down past the equator when we do it. So we're going to take these all the way down, and they're curved because we have a curvature of the Earth. So this outer one here should have the most curve to it. Okay, so you're going to do that all the way across your map. And then you're going to do going this way. We've got our 0 here at the midline, and you're going to label these. So we have a 0 and a 0. 30, 60, 90, and it's negative. 120, 150, 180. Okay. So you're going to label these. You're going to do both sides. You're going to do top and bottom. So you have a 0, a 30, a 60, and then this is 90 up here. So this is 90 north. So these are going to be negatives. These are going to be positives. So this is negative 30, negative 60, 90, 120, 150, and then 80, 180. Okay. Coming up, you're going to split this into thirds. You're going to draw your lines. We're going to do this in pencil so you can erase anything you need to. Like here, I had an extra line on it. So I erased the extra line. I'm going to erase the extra part of this line. So this is our 0 line here, the midline. 30, 60, 90. Okay. Do this a lot nicer than this. And then what I would do is do it all the way across, up and down. And I will show you my example here. I will insert a picture of my example here so you can see what mine looks like. You're going to take your marker or your dark pen and you're going to go over each of these lines once you get them all drawn. So once you get these drawn, go over each one. So they're dark enough to see. Okay. And then what you're going to do is with your pencil again, you're going to take a look at the tectonic plates on here and you are going to try and draw these in. So from just below the 60, one of them in up to the corner here, just past the corner, kind of coming down this way, down here, kind of comes in and then goes all the way down to the 0 here, but this plate ends here. Let's get rid of these lines. So then we're going to come over here to the 0 and we're going to go across this way, and back in, and then back to the 30, and in here, around, kind of down here on the 30, about halfway here, and then we come back around that way, except this is going to come across here, kind of come up, and then swing back down and meet up here. So then this is going to be my North American plate. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to label this and I'm going to go over these lines. So this is going to become a dark line here. And I'm going to go North American plate. And I'm going to color this lightly, whatever color I want it to be. You're going to color the whole plate in, okay? Whole thing. Nice and neat. Mine is not going to be right now because I'm going fast for you. Color in the whole plate so it's nice and light colored. So you have this green colored plate here, and then I'm going to go in and I'm going to put North America in here. So it's going to go along the edge of the plate here. And then here, I'm going to kind of come up. I'm going to have Alaska coming in here, come around this way. Come around this way, come down. Come up to the 90, down this way. Then we come around here. We've got the Caribbean is down here, the 30. And then we've got Florida coming in on this side of the 90. Again, this doesn't have to be pretty. Now I have North America, the continent. Okay, and this is going to get shaded a little bit darker green to show that it's a continent. And if you can't read it, you can go ahead and do your marker, North America. Okay, so then this is going to get shaded a darker green all around the whole continent here. This is North America. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. I am not the best artist. As you can see from my North America shape, you're going to keep doing this. You're going to do all of your plates, all of your continents. Make sure you label the plate and the continent and do this for the whole map. I'm going to put an image of my finished map in here so you can see what it looks like. And then once you get this done and you've finished all of the continents, all of the plates and all of the continents, then you will take a picture of your map, insert the picture into a Google Doc. If it is not a JPEG, if it is a JPEG, you can just upload the image directly as an assignment to turn in on the assignment page.